Not every great phone gets the attention it deserves. Some were beautifully engineered, packed with innovation and honestly, years ahead of their time. But for whatever reason, they just didn't make it. Let's rewind a bit to one of the earliest pioneers of modern smartphone UX, Palm. Once the king of the PDA era. Yes, PDA is an old term, stands for Personal Digital Assistant. Palm made a bold comeback in 2009 with the Palm Pre, the first phone to run webOS. The device introduced card-based multitasking, swipe gestures, and a clean touch-optimized interface, stuff we now take for granted. At the time, it stood toe-to-toe with the iPhone 3GS and the original Android G1. Sadly, despite its innovation, Palm was acquired by HP, and what followed was a period of unclear direction. I guess those computer companies just don't know what to do with phones. HP eventually put the plug on webOS smartphones in 2011, and the remnants of the system end up powering LG's smart TVs nowadays. Palm's vision way ahead of its time, but its story ended up too soon. So in today's video, we're taking a look back at some of the most ambitious, arguably also the most underrated smartphones of the modern era. Devices that tried something different. Some succeeded, most didn't. But all of them left a mark in smartphones history. Maybe you even owned one of these. Let's kick it off with BlackBerry's last stand in the Android era, the Key 2. Physical keyboard, check. Android OS, check. The concept was to blend BlackBerry's productivity DNA with Google's ecosystem. But the world had already moved on by the time it launched. Touchscreens were the standard. And let's be real, most younger people under 30 won't exactly craving tactile keyboard anymore. Then there was the Essential phone. This thing was clean, minimalist, titanium frame, ceramic back, the first ever teardrop notch. Well, probably that's not count as a good feature. Designed by Andy Rubin, the guy who literally helped create Android. But it launched with a weak camera, very weak camera, and no follow-up device. That was it. Essential folded. LG though, they never stopped trying. There was a G5, which went all in on modularity. You could snap in camera grips. Battery packs, very forward-thinking, in theory. In practice, kind of gimmicky. But they didn't stop there. The V series come through with Quad-DAC audio, Pro video tools, door screens, and then there was LG Wing, a phone that literally swept sideways. Bold move. But LG's marketing and user experience just couldn't keep up with its innovation, and eventually they bowed out of the smartphone race altogether. HTC. Now that one stings. The One M7, that was a game changer. All metal design, front-facing stereo speaker, still one of the best feeling phones in the hand. Later on, the U series tried new things, coloring shifting, glasses, squeeze to trigger gesture, but branding got messy. The market got crowded and HTC slowly disappeared. Now let's talk about another brand from Taiwan, Asus. The ROG phone series is still going strong. With over-the-top specs, RGB lighting, and gaming focus features. And the Zenfone 9 and 10, they basically start the trend of compact Android flagships. Rare breed these days. But overall, Asus stay niche. Amazing hardware, just not built for everybody, and it's not even available for most market anyway. It's worldwide. Over in China, there is one of my favorite brand, established by a former English teacher, Mr. Luo, called Smartisan. A cult favorite. Clean UI, clever features like Big Bang and One Step. It had so. But limited funding, manufacturing issues, and the brutal pace of the Chinese ever-changing smartphone market eventually caught up to them. Razer gave it a shot too. Their phone came with 120 Hz screen before most people even know what does that mean, and ridiculously loud stereo speakers as well. But outside of hardcore gamers, it didn't land. Even Sony, with their 4K display and alpha camera and Walkman audio tech, never quite nailed it. The phone always felt premium in hand, but distant, pricey, slow to adapt. They did poor in software updates and hard to recommend. Then there's another Japanese brand, Sharp. Yeah, Aquos Crystal. Remember that? Borderless before it was cool. Or RoboHome, the little robot phone hybrid. Brilliant ideas, but mostly Japanese domestic market only, and never made it to a global audience. Now, quick note, this video is all about iOS and Android era. So no deep dives into Nokia, Ericsson, Siemens, or even NEC, Fujitsu, or Philips this time. This is a whole other video, and we might get there if you are interested. Just leave me a comment. But here's the thing. Some of those ideas, they've definitely not totally gone. Take LG's Modular G5 for example. Sure, it didn't work out back then, but that DIY spirit still alive. Look at Fairphone, look at CMF by Nothing. Different approach, but same idea. More flexibility, more user control, more personality. Still, some features really do feel like they are just gone. Physical keyboards probably now coming back again. Quad-DAC hi-fi audio, that level of analog fidelity, hard to imagine in today's wireless world with TWS earphones, right? As someone who's really into music, I still wish brands who would build phones for listeners, not just consumers. And that's why I was honestly impressed by a small Chinese brand called Moondrop, or 水月雨 in Chinese. They've known for great IEMs, but now they've built a phone that actually centered around wired hi-fi audio, not trying to go mainstream, just trying to serve the niche that still cares. It probably won't trend on YouTube, and that's okay. Because there's something admirable about a company designing for someone, not everyone. And if you know of any niche phones, indie brands, or quirky gadgets that dare to be different, let me know in the comment section. I love to keep exploring that side of tech. The weird, the bold, and beautiful. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace.